We got an intro.
That shit was funky. Funky fresh.
Yeah.
You already used your one word.
That's what you say?
He already uses one word already. Craig, he uses one word already.
He said funky fresh.
I said funky fresh. I didn't get to use my word yet, so you don't use the word.
Y'all missed the start. Y'all missed the S word at the start.
So we
are.
Oh, you're right. He did.
Did I miss it? Did he use the word?
Yeah, you totally missed it.
Come on, man. All right, that one don't count. Nobody heard that one yet.
Well, listen.
What is happening right now?
On a Tuesday, Craig has already used his one curse word. So we gonna get this party started. But I am looking, before I do that, to get on here, and just like we ask everybody, if you could please share it live. If you do have a Facebook.
Did I share the wrong thing?
There's no telling what you've done.
You cannot be sharing.
I did share the wrong thing.
I don't know. Are you wrong already? Because I know that you're going to be wrong at some point. But it's like, are you starting off early?
Probably, dude. Probably, man. I'm gonna start off right now.
Oh, all right. So let's go around really quick, just so we can see who's on the panel. And we're going to start to my left as I'm looking at the screen, I guess, but to my right on the screen, I don't know. Anyhow, with this guy who's got the coolest pictures in the background. What's up, JD?
What's going on?
Where you at, man?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. What's the temperature?
It's actually warm. It's 36 degrees right now.
And you get removed when you call 36 degrees warm. So now we're gonna.
I mean, it was like 12 this morning. That's warmer.
He's not the only one with cool pictures.
I'm gonna.
I just got this.
Oh my god!
You can see that.
Oh, that looks badass.
All right, that looks.
Wait. Hold up.
All right, that's dope.
There we go.
Yeah,
Miles Morales' Venom. That's awesome.
It's
that looks
just the
badass.
Thai art appreciation channel because that is amazing.
Yeah, that looks dope.
Love it.
I love it.
Is that the Tom Hardy?
I'm just happy to see Ty embrace Miles in the symbiote too. That was awesome. That's
I don't know what you just saw, but
why would you ruin this
Miles
for Ty?
Morales.
He had his moment, and then you're gonna ruin it. All right. So since we already got the introduction from JD, what's going on, Mr. Beautiful Art? Other person that has beautiful art. That director Ty, your director's favorite director. What's going on, man?
Oh, just hopping from one call to another. But that's how it works.
I was watching. I don't know if you saw that.
I did. I saw you there. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that.
Yeah, support. Got to do it. Got to love it. Where you at, though? Tell the world where you at.
ATL, Georgia.
What's the temperature like?
Sadly, it's back in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
That's
okay.
Scary.
Yeah, but I accept those terms and conditions.
But it's going to get back in the 30s tonight. It's like one of those things where it's like super cold at night and then stupid hot during the day. I'm just like not a fan. Make up your mind.
Hey, yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming. And then what's going on, man? My man Roz over here. As always, I appreciate you jumping on. How you doing, sir?
Doing all right. South Florida, same as always. It is a brisk 70 degrees right now.
A brisk 70 degrees. That's about what it is here in Central Florida. And Craig, where are you? Oh, I'm sorry. King Pharaoh, author.
Gotta say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. Hi, I'm Craig. I am here.
Can I make a really quick statement before we go there?
100%.
I went to your the thing that it said you were sharing, and it shared like an old one, which is weird. So I think you're sharing the right one, though. I think you're okay.
It should be. Oh.
Yeah.
I listen. I support Black business. Absolutely, 100%.
Well, and we support you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm just glad to be here.
And then, my man, we talked about you being wrong, but I don't think you're going to be wrong. But I will say this: you coming fresh off a haircut. What's going on, Flacco?
Yo, what up? I mean, if we're going off this temperature thing, man, it's a nice balmy 19 degrees up here in Boston right now. So y'all are like 3 times what I got going on, but
yuck.
My fridge don't get that cold.
Let me tell you, you wake up quick. You wake up quick when you go outside and it's like 12 degrees. You're like, yo.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to these conversations because a lot of things have happened. D to the J, Central Florida, and it's probably somewhere in the 60s. Who knows? But it's not bad temperature out here. Let's get into everything that's happening. And if you are in the chat and you're watching, say what's up, shout out, and join the conversation as well. We had a finale of a show, and the finale of that show was called Boba Fett. So let's talk Boba Fett. First, I would like to start with everyone's director's favorite director, Ty. And Ty, tell me, you have watched all of Boba Fett. Your thoughts? Did you enjoy the show?
No.
Wait. Craig hasn't finished it yet.
No. You can talk about it.
Okay. No. We're gonna bring you back in Peacemaker, okay, Craig?
Okay, fine.
All right, Ty, talk to me.
Man, I was so mad watching that show. Like, I don't even know where to begin. First off, Boba Fett was like, what's the point of this dude even being in his own show? Because like he did nothing. By the end of the show, I was still waiting for him to do something cool. And yeah, he had a couple moments, but like overall, it's like, dude, you suck at this. And he even said it. That was like his last line. He's like, we're really not good at this, are we? I was like, yeah, no, you suck, buddy. So,
all right. So you gave me your perspective and one good reason of why you didn't like it. Let me go to my man up there in the nice, sunny, warm Ohio. JD, you watched Boba Fett. Talk to me from beginning to end. Did you enjoy the show?
I mean, it was a good show. I did kind of get confused once you started getting to like the middle episodes because it seemed like it was Mandalorian season 2.5. But I mean, you got Baby Yoda or Grogu, so like I'm good with it.
So you enjoyed the show?
Yeah, I was cool with it.
Okay. And would you call it a good show?
I mean, I would call it something good enough to pass the time on Disney Plus on a Wednesday if I got to it on a Wednesday.
Okay. Nope. Hi, Roz. How you doing, Roz?
I'm all right.
All right. So, hi.
How I felt about this?
Yeah. How did you feel about it?
I fucking hated it. That's my one.
Wait, do I only get one or do I get multiple? Because like,
no, listen, only one per show, and it was supposed to go to Craig, but you just took Craig, so nobody else gets one.
Okay, I really despised it. I amended it. I thought the direction was astoundingly bad. Like Robert Rodriguez proves once again that he is the most amazing low budget director in the industry. Like nobody can make a $5 million episode look like a $5,000 episode like he can. It is spectacular. The direction of the action was embarrassing to watch. Like this is the type of thing that if I watched it with friends that don't like Star Wars, I'd be kind of embarrassed. Everyone congregating behind that Buick LeSabre that the Freetowners drove up in and just sitting there missing every shot that they were shooting at the Pikes was insane. Like one guy could have just flicked a grenade behind them and killed everyone. Everyone standing in the open shooting. There's, this is worse than Stormtrooper accuracy. This is just abysmal. That droid, the Scorpion droid, couldn't hit a single one of them. It was mind-blowing. The Darksaber not being a feasible combat weapon whatsoever. It couldn't get through a shield. Any lightsaber could have gotten. That's kind of like the thing. What is it? Double jump in the air and then slam down on it, right? That's how you break the bubble shield.
Okay, wait.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, okay.
He's making sure.
So I think we know how you feel. So I think we need to go to our resident Star Wars expert, the man who loves and eats and sleeps and breathes Star Wars. Hi, Flacco.
What up?
Did you enjoy Boba Fett?
I mean, dude, from a fan standpoint, just loving the Star Wars universe, I was cool with it. That last episode ruined like the whole thing for me. Like I needed like the first two episodes were like, in my opinion, like were good episodes. The next two were really slow, and I was figuring they're trying to do some kind of world building that was going to be interested. Then Bryce Dallas Howard came out and blew her episode out the water in episode 5. Like, if she doesn't get a series, a movie, or something like that, like, it's criminal if she doesn't get that. She needs that.
Yes.
Episode 6 was still good. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm cool with that. We got 15 seconds of Boba Fett talking. We got to see Grogu. We got to see Luke Skywalker, like, being all extra, like, Jedi don't deal in absolutes, so he does a Sith type thing. Like, you choose the Mandalorian, or you choose this lightsaber, which is interesting. And then they do that last episode, and I'm like, oh my God. I remember what I thought of it was, I'm just confused. Like, what is going on right now? Boba Fett had a couple cool little scenes, like when he did the whole, like, shooting a rocket out of his knee. That was dope. Like, he showed that he could fight a bunch of people, and I was cool with that. But what pissed me off, man, and Raj just said it, when they're running down the middle the street, right? They are running like, apparently Game of Thrones never happened in that show, right? Like, you don't run straight, Bran, like zigzag, you know what I mean? Well, apparently you ain't got a zigzag when you got a robotic frigging spider droid trying to shoot you the entire time because they can't hit nothing. It was just, dude, I was like, what the hell?
They're like this, so they can only shoot one right here straight forward.
No.
So if you stay in the middle, apparently.
Dude, nah. And then Boba Fett comes out with the stupid Rancor, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be kind of cool. And then I got the Darksaber, and I'm like, word. And then he don't do nothing with it. And I'm like, what the hell? And then he just drops it, and he doesn't pick it up. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, go get that thing. And then I think Grogu's going to do something. He don't do nothing.
Hey, wait.
And I'm like, word for that.
He took a bolt.
Hey, Flaco.
Look, no, man. Like, I was like, I can't wait for this end credit scene. It might be dope. I might see something really, really, really cool. Like, they wasted Cad Bane. Like, absolutely. Bro, it's Cad. Oh. Cad Bane is like, dude, Jango Fett was the best bounty hunter in the world. Cad Bane and Boba Fett were like right there with one another. I expected way more out of that fight, and that's not what I got. Cad Bane's not dead, by the way. I'm just gonna ruin that.
His light didn't go out.
I know, dude. And then in the thing you got Vant. I'm like, dude, I was expecting something different. I was like, who's gonna be in there? Like, who's it gonna be? And that's who it was. And I'm like, God damn it, man. I'm like throwing. You heard that, right? I'm like, the more I talk about it, the more upset I get. I don't even want to talk about it no more, man. It was disappointing. It was disappointing, bro. It was disappointing. Like, I'm done. It was disappointing. It was like, how do you mess that up like that badly? It's Boba freaking Fett. He might have only had 6 minutes in the entire thing, but it's Boba freaking Fett. You don't mess Boba Fett up. Boba Fett was doper in episode 2 than he was in freaking this entire thing. He did more in episode 2.
3 minutes.
Right? And I'm not saying episode, I'm saying episode 2, like Star Wars episode 2. Yeah. He did more as a tiny little kid than he did in this freaking show. It's just, it's mind-boggling, dude.
This episode, Flaco, somehow managed to make even Fennec Shand look whack.
Oh, dude!
Even though she ends in that pretty dope kill sequence, this whole scene where she's reading the script to the audience, Ty, that must have driven you insane,
dude. It was just,
and she's like, I posted the thing here. She's like, we got 6 teenagers, 2 pigs, a dog, and and they're watching the whole city of like 3 million people. Nobody's gonna sneak up on us.
Dude, it was just, dude. I was like, dude, that 7th episode needed to like at least be mediocre. At least be mediocre. And I didn't even get that, man. I didn't even get that, dude. I'm just disappointed, bro. Like,
I really wanted to.
I don't even know what's gonna happen to Obi-Wan now. I gotta shut up, man. I'm sorry.
I really wanted to give you this opportunity. I know that you have defended the show, and I know that you had high hopes.
There's nothing to defend it. There's nothing to defend it. And like that, what happened there? Like, I can't defend that. I can't, dude. I can't.
So
let's just talk about the worst show I've ever seen in my life. Man.
I didn't enjoy the ending. I'm with you. At the first 2 episodes, I thoroughly enjoyed, and then they immediately ruined it with episode 3, and then they continued to ruin it with 4, and then 5 and 6 were brilliant, but it wasn't a Boba Fett show, and then 7, I swear to God, felt like an episode of Walker Texas Ranger, and I need people to watch how that show is shot. the action scenes and everything, and it's exactly what they did on this episode. It was that corny. Like, but the thing is, like with Walker Texas Ranger, it fit because that's what the show was. Like very corny, like an action scene would happen, and during the action they would cut to a person and they're like, and then they would cut like to like a more action, and then somebody else's. And it's corny like that in Walker, but in this, I was like, what did he do? And then I was mad because I Googled before I watched the show who was the director, and I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't know it was going to be that bad. Like I figured like, well, he's already ruined, a good chunk of the show. He can't ruin it more, can he? Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. What do you say, David? What do you say to people that are like, well, Star Wars has always been corny? Look at some of the scenes in the original trilogy, for example. And so this is, right up to par.
No. That was good for its time, and it's classic if you just love it. So you can excuse that for its time. You cannot excuse because you can see what Dallas did, and what is it, Sweeney? Is that what his name is?
Filoni?
Who?
It's Filoni. There you go.
Filoni.
You see what he did. You've seen what people can do with these amazing characters and with great story and good directing. And he chose the opposite of all of that. Like he was
To be fair, Ty kind of has a point. Overwhelmingly, Star Wars media is kind of hammy and corny. You can count on one hand like really serious, intense, well-written, well-acted, well-paced Star Wars movies and shows. Mandalorian, Rogue One,
Empire Strikes Back.
I think that's it. You can close the book, right? That was
pretty much.
The rest of it is fun. It's engaging, but
this wasn't fun and engaging.
No. What I'm saying is, but it's still corny. Unfortunately, this happened to
that wasn't corny, dude.
But also horrible. So it didn't have the fun part. It was missing a core component, in my opinion.
I agree.
Missing multiple core components.
I tell you what, it makes me a little sad because when you make my Star Wars guy, and Flacco is my go-to Star Wars guy. So when you make my Star Wars guy do what he just did, I know you've done something wrong. You have done absolutely something wrong in this universe. And so shame on you.
I just think
Rodriguez.
That's a mark of a fan who appreciates the subject matter and is willing to criticize it. And that's commendable.
Yes. Well,
it's rare to see that.
Flacco, welcome to the dark side. All right. So listen, we're going to stop talking about that show. And Flacco, something you said, though, I will say this, man. I am trying my hardest to stay interested into anything else they do. Now, I'm still interested in Mandalorian for the simple fact that the 2 episodes of Mandalorian were really good this season. But I am like, Obi-Wan, I'm like, oh maybe. I don't know. I don't know how I feel like the rest of the shows are going to be. So,
I mean, I got faith in Ahsoka.
I don't.
If
I need to know who's directing.
I agree with that, but I have faith in Ahsoka because of Rosario Dawson and how she's portraying Ahsoka. Because if you watched
Michael Bay,
like the last season of Clone Wars or like Star Wars Rebels, that was she's Ahsoka 100%. Like her mannerisms, how she talks, and all of that stuff, she's like pure Ahsoka. So
she's also a really good actress.
Yeah, she is. I mean, Ewan McGregor's a good actor as well. So like, I'm down to see what he can do with Obi-Wan. I just don't know.
Look at what he did in the prequel trilogy. He
was
great
still a good
director.
But
sorry, a great actor can't defeat a shit script. Oops.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's well. You know what? George Lucas ain't writing these, so maybe we're gonna have better writers because George Lucas ain't the best writer in the entire world.
It's Robert Rodriguez writing.
I promise you, if it's Robert Rodriguez, I'm not watching.
I'm
out.
But
I'm
immediately
out if it's Robert Rodriguez.
It can't be Robert Rodriguez, man.
Count me out. I'm out. Like there's no way. I'm done.
Yeah, I'll catch the cliff notes.
Oh my goodness.
Him and Favreau are really good friends, so this is not the last we've seen of him. Yeah, they're really good friends.
Well, anyways, let's move on. Because
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's gonna happen now.
Yeah, we could rag on this show all night long.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Sure could.
so let's
Halo comes out in March.
Let's
All I
get
care
into let's get into Peacemaker, because this show's happening now. Ty, you get to be excused, right?
Yes.
All
Thank
right,
God.
so
I gave up on that show.
So
Damn,
wait,
bro, I wish I
wait.
did, dude.
No, wait. Ty, I'm gonna put you out. I want you to come back because we're talking DC and Marvel.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be here.
All right. So Ty, we're gonna put you back into the studio. We're gonna bring Craig back in as he's eating, right there. Caught him right there with his big ass hand and some chips.
Sorry.
You ain't give that man no warning.
My bad.
I don't know what you're talking about right now. There ain't nothing here. Your boss
Craig,
is spanking Philly right now. Love it.
There's fire, bro.
And Craig, as I'm pretty confident you are caught up, correct, on Peacemaker?
I absolutely am. Yes.
Okay, so everybody on here is caught up on Peacemaker.
I heard somebody talking smack on the way out about Peacemaker. I will not have for any Peacemaker slander in my presence. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so here's what I want to do, and Flacco, I'll come to you last. I'm just curious, so far, what's been your favorite moment on this show? Because we've got we're quite far into it, and so far, what's your favorite moment on this show? And I'm going to start with my man JD, the original gangster. JD, what's your favorite moment so far on the show?
Favorite moment so far was when Vigilante purposefully got himself put in jail so he could take off Peacemaker's father, and just that whole scene that ensued before that. And yeah, that put a smile on my face.
Okay. I like it, and I accept your terms and conditions. Roz, what's your favorite moment so far on this show?
My favorite moment so far was watching all those KKK bastards getting killed. That was really cathartic.
That was
nice.
Good one too.
It's nice. Yes, it is. It's nice. All right. And wait, King, I'm coming to you, but hold on. If you're watching, you can also answer this question in the chat. So anybody out there in that land that's watching, you can answer this question in the chat as well, because we'd love to know what your favorite moment of Peacemaker is so far. King Farrell, author. What is your favorite moment so far?
JD already kind of like stole it. Like, there is something about talking that high level of trash to a bunch of white supremacists, like saying Black Lives Matter to a bunch of that's like a wet dream of mine. Like, that looks like so much fun, and it was so well done, followed by an amazing amount of action. How can you hate this? Who hurt you? Do you even love it? What is happening here? It was amazing.
Okay.
I'm a hater.
Okay. Okay, wait, Flacco, you may not enjoy it, but do you have at least a moment that you've enjoyed so far in the show?
Yeah, absolutely, man. The beginning and the end of every episode.
I knew it. But the credits,
Okay,
no, honestly, like I'll be real. That opening sequence gets me every single time. It's one of the only times that I don't actually fast forward. I'm like, yo, this is pretty good. Like, it's actually kind of funny and stupid and enjoyable. And how do they keep these straight faces? Because I'd be cheesing the entire time if they're dancing that badly. But yeah, that's it.
Ty does not have a moment that he's enjoyed in the show, not even the opening sequence. Of course not, because Ty, you
basically
like
Peacemaker is Miles Morales to Ty. Got it.
Yeah.
I will say, I think my favorite moment in this combination of that last episode. So he and this is spoilers alert. So if you haven't seen it, cover your ears. When he finally does like kill his father, and it's just this really insanely powerful moment, and it's like heartbreaking and it's touching, and you're happy, but yet you feel bad for him. And then I just love how Vigilante just F's everything the best ways. It's so great to me, man. It just really is. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm like, man, this show is for me, it's awesome because it reminds me of Harley Quinn. yes, it's corny and it's stupid, but it's smart writing. It's very smart in how they're telling the story.
Brilliantly written and subversive as hell.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
it manages to completely turn every one of your expectations on its head. And it's really interesting to hear a lot of the criticism. Well, I don't really hear a lot of criticism about the show because it usually ends up being I don't like it because reasons, like, and there's no reason behind the word, but it's just that. So
I am an absolute sucker for any sort of story about growth, especially when it comes from somebody like the Peacemaker, who we all saw in Suicide Squad, ostensibly like an amoral character. It's just like, but to see the effect it had for him to kill his spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Suicide Squad, but for him to kill his like somebody that he looks up to, and to see just how much he begins to question all of the things that he's blindly done. And then you see him come to this, like, to see somebody actually struggle with this. Like, anytime you see somebody write a character, it's always one-dimensional. They never go into the nuance of, okay, why is the character doing that? Okay, so you have the good soldier. Why is the good soldier a good soldier? Mm-hmm. At what point in time does he begin to question the orders that he's received or they have received? And at what point do they realize that, oh, I need to start making my own decisions because other people who have been giving me the decisions haven't been making ones that have been in my best interest or in the best interest of, the people around me. And to see that growth happen in a smart and intelligible way was absolutely amazing to watch. It was great. Fantastic. I loved it.
Very well said. All
stars.
right, so listen, there are 4 people on the screen right now that are right, and we have one who's wrong, being joined by somebody in the studio, which is fine. The question is, so the question is, if there's something, what is something you would change? If there is something you would change, is there something on the show where you're like, yeah, but this is the one thing I'm not really digging or I'm not really feeling? And I would have asked Flacco to keep it to like one thing. But like, what's the biggest thing though? Tell me, like, what is it? Like, what is it? Like, first of all, I don't know who hurt you. Is like what I really want to ask. But what is it? Like, maybe one thing you would change about the show that you feel like if you change this, maybe it'll be better.
Just pick one.
Yes, you can't do what Ty just said.
Dude, I think my biggest problem with the shows is that they have these moments that could be so profound and so big for me, and then they ruin it with a 7-year-old dick joke, and that just ruins everything for me at that point. And like, I wish that maybe the comedic timing might be that, like, some people might like that, and maybe like those kind of jokes and like the amount that they throw in there, in my opinion, or like people might be cool with that. It's just too much for me, man. I'm like, dude, like you lost me again. It happened in this last episode, man. I can't remember what the hell was going on, but there was just something there that I was like, okay, oh fuck, they ruined it. All right, my bad. Well, you know what? Everybody else got one, so I just said mine. My bad, kids out there.
I'm telling you, man, we got to start putting.
I'm gonna take yours too,
JD. It's 828.
JD,
I don't know why this is rated G.
I'm gonna take yours as well, dude. So
I
need
said
it.
nothing.
I need it. So
there's no more.
Hopefully that's my one thing, and I said what I had to say. So,
I mean,
wait. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. You want to go ahead?
No, I was just saying, like, okay, so in real life, in RL, when you have a profound moment, let's say you have a profoundly emotional moment, what normally happens after, once you have that emotional moment, is normally, well, nothing. You go, okay, I've had that moment, I've had that emotional release. Then you just kind of like, maybe you leave the area that you're in, you get in your car, you drive off. It's not good TV. It's not entertaining to watch from the outside in, but they are doing the job of entertaining us. So for them to have these profound moments, what would normally trail after that, they insert something in order to keep you engaged within the 45 minutes that they've allotted for the space of the show.
Catharsis is boring.
Catharsis is boring. It's just like, okay, so Peacemaker has this profound realization that he's been taking the wrong direction from the wrong people. What happens after that? Does he just sit there and sit in this moment, in the afterglow of the emotional realization that he just had? Or do they toss in a joke or make something happen in order to keep your attention on the show that's happening in front of you? I agree that, you know, perhaps maybe there was a little too much comedy, especially after some of the more serious moments. But we can't all have 45 minutes of a Daniel Day-Lewis hour-long show. It's going to get boring. You're going to be weirded out. It's like, all right, thank you for the supposition. I would like some more, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I feel what you're saying. I think it's everybody's taste of comedy is a little different. You know what I mean? And that, like, for me, like I get what you're saying. Like, you know, you need to make it enjoyable, entertaining, so on and so forth. But that just like it stops the potential for like now the like action sequence could come up, more dialogue can come up, like something else can happen, a different sort of comedy can like come out of that. You know what I mean? And they just tend to go for that. And I'm like, all right, bro, like. If you're having this profound moment and you're growing up and something like that, you know what I mean? Let the comedy also evolve with your character. Let your comedy grow up as well, and it just goes right back to that.
Is in line with who the characters are.
True.
So
if we're talking about growth,
is a very complex character.
Uh-huh.
And particularly depending on what scene you're talking about. He's a very complex character, which is insane to think about because you like if you surface level it feels simplistic. He's a bootleg version of Deadpool, who could actually die, but he does have a serious man crush on Peacemaker, and he has this weird sense of what's right versus wrong, and it's very effed up. But he has these moments that are also super profound with what he goes into. Like when he went into that prison was absolutely amazing. And you're watching, and you're like, wow. And then Peacemaker kills his dad, and he's like, this isn't the time to be making, you know, face exercises, which is again him injecting into this really powerful moment. But it's on brand for the design in which the characters are. And it feels like none of it feels forced. And I think that's the part for me that I enjoy. It's like all of them are really great at portraying these very profound yet penis joked characters. See, I didn't use the curse word version.
What's the curse word version? Dick joke?
I mean, yes. Thanks for that.
Like genitalia joke? Like
wow.
Like what's the like
crotch humor?
The third leg of a tripod? Like since when is that freaking
he meant a gonad laugh.
He meant the gonad laugh.
You know what? Screw up.
Oh my
JD,
God.
if there's one thing you can change, what would that be?
All right, so I'm gonna say something real quick, and I'll talk about the one thing I'll change. So I agree with Craig and D to the J, what you're all saying, because like if you go back to Suicide Squad and you think about the phallic jokes that Peacemaker made in that in that movie, it is on brand. But if there is one thing that I could change about the show, a tiny bit more vigilante. He is literally like my favorite character of the series. I love that guy, and like. Even again in those like weird moments, like even just the weird tap on the back, like after this man just like killed his father, it's kind of like there. Right? It was
That's a good visual gag.
Vigilante, So yeah, I more of him would make me happy.
It's just a bunch of Adult Swim humor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do want to address something that Ty said in that it was more like a vehicle to be as racist and as reverent as humanly possible. I want to say this. He is the son of the leader of the Aryan nation. To see, I guess for them, for the writers and specifically, they wanted to make sure that you know where this guy is coming from. For a kid who was raised with that kind of influence, who he listened to well into his adulthood, there's going to be some racist nonsense that's still floating around, but you see that he's trying. You see that he's doing his best, and that's I can work with that. I can work with that. His dad's a literal white dragon. That's crazy.
and these are characters that exist. So this isn't like these are just made up. I mean, these are characters that exist, and then let's call it what it is. To be honest, if you're gonna live in a world where they have superheroes and they have supervillains,
You got
this is
super
gonna be a
racist.
thing. Like the races are also going to have. So I know.
Superman fought Hitler.
Ugh.
Yes,
Old
he did.
Hitler bot.
Roz, one thing to change.
Make the episodes longer so we have a little more time to decompress after stressful situations. So there's a little more character development.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Like, give me a full 49-minute run.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. All right. So I'm gonna state this, and then Ty, I like you. Ty also agreed with Flacco. They didn't like the Suicide Squad. All right. Well, Ty, I'm gonna bring you back in because we're gonna get away from Peacemaker because I I enjoy Flacco, your opinion. I do. And I enjoy that director Ty's opinion, but sometimes it's just completely and utterly wrong.
It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
Listen,
As- yeah,
everybody's wrong sometimes, just like
Yeah.
everybody hurts sometimes.
And then Nicole says the characters feel authentic. The writing is buoyant and entertaining. Reminds me of why I love 80s movies. There you go. All right.
Yeah,
So
we're just watching two different shows.
Ty's like, I'm not understanding what's happening.
I'm right
now.
there with you, Ty.
Ty's over there watching a Hulu Criterion collection. I only watch black and white films. Boo!
That's it. Subtitles.
You know what? We weren't going to bring this up, but I do want to bring it up because Ty didn't know if you were going to be on or not. And so I do want to briefly talk about something. And that is apparently there's a Lord of the Rings show that's coming out.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can.
And it's called what's it called? The Power.
The Rings of Power.
The Power of Love.
Give me the power of love. Sorry. So the trailer hit during the Super Bowl, and I'm curious to know what your thoughts are when you saw the trailer. But Ty, I want to start with you because you are like the way Ty is for Star Wars. I feel like you're that for me for the Lord of the Rings.
You mean Flacco?
I'm sorry, Flacco. Yeah. The way Flacco is for Star Wars, you're like that for Lord of the Rings. So
you know what's ironic is Star Wars is higher in the food chain than Lord of the Rings for me, but that's okay.
Well, tell it what you think about the trailer.
I'm excited. You know, I'm really curious to see where they take this because I never read the book, so I only have the reference from the movies. And while I did not enjoy The Hobbit, I really enjoyed the Lord of the Rings series. And so it seems like it's more along that line than it is the Hobbit. And so I'm really curious to see what they do with these characters, who they are for one thing, and also what the central conflict is.
Okay. All right. So I got one person excited. King, author. Did you see the trailer?
I did see the trailer. Yes, I did see the trailer. I mean, I only recently in my adulthood actually watched the Lord of the Rings series. I still haven't read the books yet. I'm excited for any new media to see which direction it's going to go in. Although I'm hearing from a lot of people who are like serious Lord of the Rings fans who are like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good off this, homie. So it's just like, I'm gonna watch it because I regularly imbibe trash media because I find it delicious. I grew up on CW and Hercules and Xena. I'm okay with absolute dog doo-doo. So I'm going to imbibe this with my eyes, and I will happily regurgitate it here on your wonderful, wonderful show to your wonderful, wonderful audience.
I just like the fact that you're like, listen, I don't care that it's garbage. I'm in for the long run. And I grew up on Xena and Hercules, which made me go back to like, oh my god. By the way, what
Media
was
trash panda.
Hercules? He had the sidekick, the little dude. What was his
I
name?
cannot
Iolaus,
remember
man.
his name. Yes.
What
Thank
was his
you.
name?
Iolaus.
There you go. Yeah, that was a great show for the time. Sorry, JD. Did you see the trailer? And your thoughts?
So I did see the trailer. I will say I kind of zonked out a little bit through it because Lotar has this effect on me where I kind of want to fall asleep. I did make it through one. It was really weird for me because Doomsday was in it, and I don't understand why the troll looked like Doomsday from Batman vs Superman. Like I struggle with that. I am eventually going to get through the rest of the 45 hours worth of footage of the rest of those movies. Like those movies are a work week. So once I get there, maybe I will check that one out. But seeing how long they've been out and I've only gotten through one, it's going to be a minute.
And we still need to do this. We need to do this as a group watch party to get JD to get through all of the Lord of the Rings. But my question would be: are we just talking about the trilogy, or are we also talking about the Hobbit? Because then he might have.
No.
Okay.
No.
So
why? Why would you?
Yeah,
I
like
like the Hobbit.
But you also just admitted that you like trash movies and trash.
Yeah,
TV
exactly.
movies.
You actively watch CW and crave that content.
Craig's still the
your
person
opinion
watching
is
The Flash.
generally
You like
moot.
Peacemaker?
Yeah,
I mean,
apparently.
Fair enough.
Nope. So you get muted for that, Flacco. That's not trash TV. Okay, wait, Flacco, did you see the trailer? Did you see the trailer for this new the Rings of Power?
yeah, man, I'm excited.
Are you excited?
I am excited.
Okay. I got excited. Yes.
You want more than that?
No, I don't need more.
Okay,
I'm curious now.
You ain't gonna get it.
I'm curious now to Roz. Hi.
Hey, what's up? I'm not excited. It doesn't look like it's going to be good. Like, as a person who's read all the books, seen the movies, even the horrible Hobbit movies, read the Silmarillion, this is supposed to be taking place 2,000 years before the War of the Ring, during the, I guess, struggle for control of the Silmarils. But the problem with this is it looks bad. The production quality looks very clean, especially when you contrast it with the work Peter Jackson did with the original trilogy. Again, we don't talk about The Hobbit because The Hobbit was a fever dream, but the Lord of the Rings, especially the extended editions, like there is a quality of production that is missing in this trailer. It looks like, what was this show that Amazon just had a few months back?
Oh, The Wheel of Time?
The Wheel of Time, a book series I read and enjoyed. It looked like a slightly more expensive CW production. Like the CGI was not polished. The costumes looked like they came from Party City. If look at the actress playing Galadriel in this new series, she does not evoke what Galadriel looked like in the Lord of the Rings, let alone how she's described in the books. It definitely shows that the director, writers, the showrunners don't really give a lot of credence or respect the source material. And as someone who enjoys the source material, that's disappointing. This looks like it's going to be a cash grab, and it makes me sad.
I didn't read.
They have an elf with a buzz cut.
Yeah. So there's a few things I gotta say. I watched the trailer, and I'm with you. I was like, this production value looks wrong compared to the universe in which it existed. Like it did feel like there was some inconsistency. It felt like the production value was the same as CW shows. So maybe that's why King. Maybe that's why you're like, I'm looking forward to this, because like for real, it felt like the same people who shoot and produce The Flash did this.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to tell you, I was a little weird because I was like, all right, so I did a little bit of digging, and just to find out that, this is set before everything. So I was like, so this is going to explain what happened to all the black people. Because I was like, wait, there's black people beforehand.
Yeah, there are black people. They're called the orcs.
And then we're gone. And so I'm like, okay, so that's going to be interesting. And I'm curious if it's just going to be. And that's why I was kind of shocked, Ty, because I was like, I wonder how you feel, because I've heard you say you don't like when they inject things without purpose or reason, and they're doing it and it feels forced. And when I watched that trailer, I was just like,
well, that's the thing. I didn't get that because it's so vague. Like I still don't even know what the story is. And so I'm going into it with an open mind, because from what I saw, it was intriguing enough to be like, yeah, I can rock with this. Now, if we get into episode 1 and 2 and it starts feeling like the book of Boba Fett, then we'll have a different conversation.
Ain't no Boba Fett, bro.
So I just watched the trailer right now. So I obviously missed it. Everything I said before still remains.
Oh, you fell asleep again, man. Yeah.
I didn't fall asleep. It's just like it is what it is. Like it's cool.
All right. So listen, we're gonna see what happens, but we're gonna continue. We're gonna give it a shot because everybody's gonna watch the show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out if I can stick into watching the show, or it's just gonna be one of those like I watch the first 1 or 2 episodes and then I'm like I'm out. I have a choice in life and I choose not to do this. So
This
we'll
might
see what
be
happens.
my Peacemaker.
Mhm.
I might just hate it on principle, man.
All right, so listen. All right, we do gotta get in this conversation because 2 things happened. DC launched this really cool trailer about what it's doing in 2022, and so everybody got to see like, okay, 2022 was coming out with DC, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't bad. I was like, okay, DC, and then Marvel was just like, Multiverse of Madness trailer, and we were like, oh. And so I'm curious, like looking at the lineup, and I'm gonna run through the lineup really quick of what's dropping in 2022 for DC and what's dropping in Marvel for 2022. Like which one are you more looking forward to? And a quick brief thing of why. Now, I want to drop this now because normally I feel like DC doesn't stand a chance. I'm biased, but DC has the Batman coming in March, so we're gonna do shows and movies. So Peacemaker is already out. So I know that hurts with my 2 people over here. But we've got Peacemaker that's out. The Batman is in March. DC League of Super Pets is in May. The DC League of Super Pets animated movie.
They just lost.
It's animated, so it means it'll be good.
Can you
Black
just describe? Yeah. Okay. Movies.
Black Adam, The Flash, which is going to be live action Flashpoint, and Michael Keaton is back, and then Aquaman and the Last Kingdom. So that's DC's lineup. All right. So that's
Aquaman and what was the last one?
Aquaman and the Last Kingdom. That's the name of the movie.
Oh.
Okay. I thought
okay.
I thought it was a crossover with the Last Kingdom.
So that's the DC side. On Marvel, we've got Spider-Man that dropped already because that was this year. And right, was that this year?
Yeah.
No, it was last year.
It was last year.
Oh, okay.
Was
So
it?
I take Spider-Man out. Never mind. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Time is all right. So Spider-Man is out. So we have Moon Knight, which is going to be in March.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in May. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Mhm.
Black Panther with Wakanda Forever, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. And also with shows we have Miss Marvel and She-Hulk and the second season of What If. So
that's more shows, so they win by having more things.
that more doesn't mean better. More does not necessarily mean better.
More means more chances to be better.
More does that mean that. All right, so JD, who are you looking for? Like, first let's rephrase this then. Which one of those, not DC or Marvel, just pick one that you're looking forward to the most, and then give me which side you think is going to win.
So I'm looking forward to Multiverse of Madness because that trailer is just insane. I'm gonna go with Marvel. Will DC have 2 solid movies? Yes. Will they utterly disappoint me on the rest of them? Absolutely. Will I still go and watch them? Yes. Will I complain about it the whole time like Ty does everything else that's good? Yes.
Why? Okay, Ty. I'm not gonna let him get away with that. I'm gonna give you this opportunity. First, man, if you got to pick one of those properties, so just one of those, what are you looking forward to? And then
I'm gonna just echo and parrot with what JD just said. I think Multiverse of Madness is gonna be the best one out of the bunch. I think Marvel wins by default just because they've been killing it for over a decade at this point, whereas DC has been, on the sucker bus for ever. And so the trailer that they dropped was dope, but I've seen really great trailers with really bad movies. And so I withhold judgment until I see it, but I'm not in high hopes for DC still.
can I tell you what's great about that, man? Anybody who's ever who watches wrestling in the WWE for the past couple of years knows this. Their shows are horrible. They're absolutely horrible. But if you ever just watch a one of their pay-per-views, like their main event things, and you watch the trailers that they cut of like everything that's happened that leads up to the match, it's the greatest thing in the world. Like whoever does that should be hired to just make trailers, because you would think these shows have to be, and it's absolute trash. And that's who I think DC hired. Like I think they saw this and said, we need to bring people who can convince people that this is more than likely going to be good, even if it's not going to be. Because I wasn't excited about DC, and I'm like, I actually really am a little excited right now to see what they're going to do.
You're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Always. King, hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
So I'm going to take Multiverse of Madness now out of the equation.
Mhm.
Because 2 people have chosen it, so you must choose something. Everybody else must choose something else that's not Multiverse of Madness. And what are you looking forward to?
Black Adam.
Okay.
Black Adam, 100%. It is only once you become an adult, you start to move away from the people that you consider the characters that you considered heroes when you were younger, because as you grow up, you start to think it's like there's some more nuance to the world. I need a little more spice, a little more flavoring when it comes to my people. And when you have a villain that has somewhat of a convincing story, you kind of was like, okay, I want to hear what you got to say. I want to see what's happening here. Black Adam, from what I saw in the trailer, I'm interested. And I also want to see good guys get hurt. So it's all pluses for me. I'm very much looking forward to it.
And DC or Marvel this year? Who do you think's gonna?
I say DC. I mean, like, all right, like Multiverse of Madness looks great, it's fantastic. But I was just looking at the DC lineup, and it's pretty fierce. It's pretty top notch. If DC can really, like, DC has always like held the throne when it came to animated adventures. I just wish they could translate that over into their live action stuff. Seeing the Zack Snyder cut was incredible. Like it was a completely different movie, other than the Whedonverse, and you see that kind of potential. It's like, okay, we see you now. Let's see where you can go with this from this point forward. I'm gonna say DC. I could be wrong, but I mean, I'm looking forward to the rivalry, healthy rivalry. I'm just over Marvel stuff. I'm kind of done with it. I want to see what's interesting.
You're setting yourself up for failure, but
I may be, but once again, I'm a trash fan, so I'm still gonna eat.
What I do like, and Craig, what I will agree with you is, if I take a look at like past lineups, the Batman, and it's Matt Reeves Batman, and it's not attached to the DCU. And so I'm like, I feel like that has a lot of potential. DC League of Superhero Pets is The Rock and Kevin Hart and everything else they do, and it's animated. So I feel like it's going to be a good movie. Not their typical animated movie, but it'll still be a fun, good movie. And I got a kid, so Black Adam, yes. And then it's a live action Flashpoint, and Michael Keaton's back as Batman, and it kind of gives me some type of hope. So like I don't have any hope for Aquaman, but like for me, and they started off strong for Peacemaker. That's why I'm like, this feels like an opportunity for DC to finally say, maybe we can reign. Roz, before we ask out if you think that's possible, let me ask you, you can't pick Multiverse of Madness. Give me something else you're looking forward to. What would it be?
What's funny is Nicole pointed something out I did not know, that Tatiana Maslany is playing She-Hulk, and I'm super psyched for that, because I think Tatiana Maslany is a sublime actress, like really, really good. And that show, the writing was kind of crummy here and there, but it was overall a really good show, and her performances were always top notch. So I'm actually really looking forward to She-Hulk. As far as movies, Matt Reeves as the Batman honestly looks like it's going to be really good. And I really want to know what Batman's origin story is, because I don't really know what caused him to get on the path for vengeance. I don't think it's ever been shown in a movie or a TV show. So it's going to be refreshing to see that portrayal. Yeah.
Said with the most dripping sarcasm, just oozing.
I'm trying to.
Unbelievable.
Flacco. How you doing, Flacco?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Flacco, the same question applies, man. So give me something you're really looking forward to. Can't be anything that anybody's named already.
You're screwed.
I
Good
think
luck.
that means you got to pick. What is it? Neopets?
Yeah, man. I gotta
Neopets.
I gotta pick.
You can pick anything you want, but I'm not.
I'm looking forward to the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, guys.
Oh my! Why would you even put that in the universe?
Because it's the only thing I think nobody's mentioned yet.
You're,
So I
you're
gotta
a sick
mention
man.
something, and I gotta stay
got
with Marvel
Moon Knight.
for this
You're
one.
a sick man.
You got Natalie Portman coming back as Thor.
Dude, I think so. I'm looking them both up. For a moment there, I was looking something up and it showed Blade 2022, and I'm like, bro, if they're about to release Blade, I'm looking
Wait,
for
it
that.
comes out this year?
No,
No,
it doesn't.
Oh,
It doesn't.
bro, don't.
But like, I thought I saw that, and I'm like, done. Blade 2022, 100%. That's what I'm.
I'd have been
looking
like,
forward
I forgot
Um,
Blade during Black History Month. Oh my god.
to. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking more forward to Marvel just because they're more consistent with everything. I'm curious what they're gonna do with Wakanda Forever. There's been like a whole bunch of stuff and like in the news or whatnot, and having to delay production, and is it actually gonna come out in 2022 or not? But I'm really curious what they're gonna do with that. Tatiana Maslany, if you've never seen Black Orphan, figure out a way to watch Black Orphan. It is a fantastic show. She plays like 7 different characters at the same time, and they're all super nuanced, and it's just an awesome, awesome show. So She-Hulk would be pretty cool. Moon Knight's gonna be awesome. DSITMOM is gonna be really cool as well. Since I can't mention the name, I'm gonna just say all of that instead, because that got me super amped. I don't know. I think Marvel's gonna be. I think overall, I'm gonna give it to Marvel. Their shows on. I mean, I might end up watching it all. I mean, the Batman looks super interesting. I'm just sick and tired of seeing the story. Like, give me something different. Like this. Like I don't need to. I don't need. What the one thing I find interesting though. So here's is something. It's not the Batman that we know. Apparently, is from a different universe. It's like Earth 89 or some nonsense like that. Earth 97. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell that means because I thought everything got combined.
This Batman's parents didn't die.
Oh, so it's a new origin story, or it's a retelling of an origin story that we already know.
This time, it was his uncle Ben that died.
So they're taking from Spider-Man.
Yes, and so in this movie,
everything you're saying,
I love it.
I hate it.
I love it. Nah,
somebody's gonna sit him down and say, "With great power comes great responsibility."
Oh,
and then Batman's gonna die.
In this chat.
And then Batman's gonna die. In this
jokes aside, hold up. B to the J. Let me just clarify this. Flacco, he's only a quarter correct. They did change his origin story somewhat because his parents were apparently evil, like rich, Jeff Bezos types. That's the difference.
Okay.
That's it. That's as far as they went. Yeah, exactly. Like, wow, what a change!
No, like honestly, I'm looking forward to what Marvel's got coming out more than DC. But I'm gonna watch the DC stuff, and I'm really interested in the lineup that they have for Black Adam. Like they got a lot of people in that I've never heard of.
Bigger cameo that you're more excited for: Michael Keaton in Flashpoint or Patrick Stewart and
Patrick Stewart done. Patrick Stewart.
Flacco's Patrick Stewart. Rob?
Yep.
I want Doctor Strange to look into a portal and see the Flash on the other side, and then in the Flash movie, I want the Flash to look in a portal and see Doctor Strange on the other side. I want them to point at each other and be like, and that's it. I never want it to be discussed again. That's the cameo I want to happen this year.
That's all you want.
That's it. I don't want any actual crossovers. I just want them to look at each other, acknowledge that it happened, and that's it.
Okay.
And there we officially have our DC Marvel crossover. King.
Yes.
Stewart or Keaton?
Oh, that's a hard one, man. Stewart for the nostalgia.
Go with Picard,
Keaton
bro.
for the nostalgia.
Go
for the nostalgia.
Go with Picard.
But Picard, Picard.
It's Picard.
Picard, man.
The second he started talking,
I could never.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, dude.
Just heard Earl Grey hot. Yes.
Dude, like he's got that voice, man. You hear that voice, and like
Nicole says she's looking more forward to Keaton. Ty, that director Ty.
I don't really have a preference. Honestly, I wish that I didn't know that Patrick Stewart was going to be in this.
Yeah, I hate that they spoiled it.
Yeah,
That's-
you know,
that's a bit of a
because
spoiler.
that's why I avoided a bunch of the more recent trailers just because we're getting close, and so you're like,
Yeah, they're gonna do that a lot.
yeah, and you know that's one of my biggest beefs with trailers, so I tend to avoid them. So yeah, I'm kind of pissed off a little bit about that because I wanted to be surprised.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But then,
What if it's not Patrick Stewart?
Shh. Then I can come back to this answer at that time.
I don't know. He
J-
said shit to me. I don't know anything. I'm just
JD.
saying, like, what if they put Patrick Stewart's voice on, like, the dude who played him in First Class, whatever his name
I mean,
is?
as long as they don't do like a
Don't
what's that Evan Peters kind of thing, and you just make it a boner joke, I'm okay with that. You know,
Oh,
'cause
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
man. As long as it's not that, bro. If it's a boner joke, I'm
It
done.
makes no sense to me talking now because that's exactly what I was gonna say. I'm looking forward to obviously Patrick Stewart because I'm hoping it brings mutants in. But if they Ralph Boner me, I'm gonna be done.
They're gonna
I'm
Ralph
be
Boner
done.
us 100%.
No, I don't think.
Yes.
we're
They
gonna
did
get
or
Ralph
not,
Boner
I'm
in.
not
Yes.
getting boner.
I will say this.
He's
Watching
gonna be
that
Dr.
trailer-
Xylophone or something.
watching the trailer
Who's that? Is that a
and
real person?
watching everybody post the images and slow it down and all the rumors of what people think. I do like the ones where if you see the person that's walking over on the Illuminati, it really does look like Wesley Snipes' Blade. And I don't know why he would be a part of the Illuminati, but I feel like I might accept it just because.
He doesn't have tax problems anymore, so he's in the clear.
It would be dope if in the Blade movie somehow Wesley Snipes is involved with that. Like,
I would,
like,
on the subject of Blade,
Wait, no, we're gonna talk about. No, not yet. We're gonna do it, Ross.
Oh, you
We're
are?
gonna do it.
Oh,
We have for Black
We're doing
History
it?
Month.
All
We
right.
have to. We
We're
have
gonna
to for Black History Month.
Black History Month.
It's important. It's important.
It's important. I do want to ask one more thing about the Multiverse of Madness. Are you happy or not happy with the rumor? And it really does look like it's going to be the case that Tom Cruise is going to be
Les Grossman.
no, I wish he's going to be this Iron Man. So the superior Iron Man is on the
Oh,
Illuminati. Good or bad?
Well, you know why they did that, right?
Because they don't want to pay Robert Downey
he's
Jr.
cheaper than Robert Downey.
No, because
Wait, is he?
Originally he was he auditioned for
Yeah.
Iron Man
Yeah, he
back
did.
in the day.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of like a cool little meta joke, I think.
Yeah, and I like that. But Craig, yes, no, I'm not joking. He still is cheaper than Robert Downey Jr.
In
I
this
guess
role,
so.
particularly,
Oh.
in this role especially. So
Listen,
Oh.
I don't care. I mean, there's so many rumors out there. I saw one today that they were like, it's Kane, but he came back as Iron Lad. So, I mean,
Kane
whatever.
from the WWE.
Kane the Conqueror. They're saying
Kane.
it's
Yeah, sorry.
it's Iron Lad. That's him coming back as Iron Lad in that one. So
all right,
who's Iron Lad? Young Iron Man?
Sure.
He's a British Iron Man.
Laddies, wouldn't he be Scottish?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it now.
Okay, in honor, because we got to go this over. In honor of Black History Month, I do want to bring to the attention of something that took place that Roz and I found out about, and that we were super sad that we had no clue. And that is that there was a Blade TV show that took place. It had a whole entire season.
That's
And it
because you guys
starred-
don't imbibe trash.
It starred Sticky Fingers from Onyx as Blade, and that is a real thing. I don't know, like see,
You guys-
JD, I'm looking
Yeah,
at
he's
your
looking
face
it up.
'cause you're like, no. Ty, did you
When-
know this?
No. When was this
Yeah.
released?
Yeah,
2006.
All of you.
2006. There was a whole season of a
Sticky
show-
Fingers
of a
was
show
Blade.
Yes, and
This is how I know. That's how I
I,
know. Y'all.
Look at
You guys
JD,
don't
he's
imbibe
dying.
enough trash. You guys do not eat enough media trash.
Yeah,
I
Nicole.
think it had 12 episodes. I saw all of them. It was terrible. Just like the Mortal Kombat TV series. They were awful, and it was
for
fantastic.
what I saw people posting about it, because I saw it in a post, I was like, "This isn't real," and then I looked up, I was like, "Holy
It's
crap.
100% real.
Where was
I remember that.
In
In
people
a
said that he
land where
did a
you
good
like
job,
watching
that the
better
show
stuff
writing was
than that.
horrible. But they said he did a really good job.
No, he did a good job. The show was horrendous. He did a fantastic job. It was
I
it was fun to
kinda want
watch.
him in the Multiverse of Madness now.
But here's the thing: no one look at how all of you well-read individuals, none of you knew about the series. He would show up and they'd be like, "Bro, who is this B Blade? Like, who put Side Blade in here? Why is Butter Knife here, bro? We can't have this. Who's this guy right here? No, we can't have it, bro. Somebody get Razor Blade out of here. That's Blade's uncle, bro. We can't have this.
That's funny.
I'm
Sticky
sorry. I'm
Fingers
still
needs to
throwing
work,
out that
man.
this cat's name is Sticky Fingers.
Sticky Fingers, boy. Listen,
I didn't even
bringing
know
back
his real name,
my
by the
middle
way.
school right now.
Hey, if you want to watch it, apparently it's on Apple TV right now for $1.99.
Are you kidding?
an
I'll
episode.
get it. I'll get Apple TV right now.
I'm not. It's also on Vudu and Amazon Prime Video. So
bet.
Listen, we'll find a way for. We won't say how, but we'll find a way for all of us to watch it.
the hell no, I'm not watching that. You can kick me off this show.
Hell yeah.
Come on, man, we gotta watch it.
That was
No,
a
I'm
perfect
already
moment to say
suffering
granted
through a
and-
horrible show right now. Like,
Bro, listen, you're in Boston. Your doors are getting ready to freeze shut for the next 30 days. You're not gonna have anything to watch. Watch you some Blade, bro. Watch
nah,
you some Blade.
not for $1.99 an episode.
Listen,
an episode?
you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
I enjoy doing this with you guys, but I will say that in 2 weeks, I'm not sure if one of you wants to run it 110%. Wait, hold on. Boom! Look at that.
Oh,
Nicole
Nicole's great.
is in.
I like this, Nicole. I like this,
All right.
Nicole.
Nicole's amazing.
Good people right here.
So Nicole should watch it and then come on in 2 weeks and give everybody a recap of Campy Blade.
Yep.
Oh, you
Like,
know what?
don't
We can
do
make
it.
that a segment. We are absolutely going to make that a segment of.
And
for the next
Nicole, you gotta
12
be
shows,
super energetic
which
when
is
talking
12
about
yes,
it, even
which
if it's bad.
Since it's 12 episodes, we're gonna have a segment, a quick 2-minute segment. Oh, and she's in.
I want you to talk opposite. If it's really good, you gotta talk poorly, and if it's really bad, you gotta talk super highly about it.
No matter what, you gotta hype it up because it's Black
Just to
History Month.
confuse everybody. We all
I'm
gonna be
down
like,
for
"Wait,
that.
should
Oh,
we
I'm
be
so
watching
excited
this?"
for this.
I don't. See, listen. She can only tell the truth.
You can still tell the truth. It's just the way that you talk about it has to be.
All I want is I want you to explain the episodes of what's happening in the most energetic possible way, of this show. Okay.
So what happens in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, if somebody else is going to run it, cool. But I cannot because it's March 1st, and I was fortunate enough to get like early screening tickets for the Batman on that same Tuesday.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay.
So,
Bro, live stream it without live streaming it.
Well, you gonna make the rest of us suffer. Like, take this
Bruh.
out for us.
Right, dude? Just like they ain't gotta know, man. You got a GoPro, don't you?
Jesus.
I'm like, all right, so I'm in the theater.
It's DC, it's not Marvel. You're good.
Why are you hating so hard, bro?
I mean, they did. Well, I don't know. Man.
Marvel,
DC did
Marvel
cut
would
our
have
feet
people
when
in the
DC
theaters like,
fans-
yo, what's
Warner-
going on here, right?
Warner
DC's
is
like, we just
really
want people to
into
watch our
this.
shows.
Warner,
Bro, I just want to see.
Like, super.
I just want to see David get beaten live on camera with one of those like flashlights from the ushers. It's like, is that a GoPro? Pop, pop, pop. Like, oh,
Mess up.
All-Star.
What happened?
We won't see it. Warner Brothers will cut that feed.
Well, like I said, if you guys want to go live, I'm going to make sure you have everything you need to run the show. But I myself will 110% be in there. Or if you want to wait till the movie is over, we can go live late, but that's a 10 o'clock something because apparently the movie's like 3 hours.
Listen, if you got me here at 10 o'clock, I'm cursing the entire time. All your kids are going to learn some new curse words.
Yeah.
I don't give
If
a-
I'm here at 10
All
o'clock,
At
oh
10
my God,
o'clock, it
you're
ain't gonna be
4
no
years.
kids on.
Your
so
kids better be in bed, bro.
go
put
as
them in
hard as
bed.
you want.
Kids should be exposed to that stuff at a young age.
I
They know how to
agree.
use it properly.
Listen, let me teach you the proper ways to curse at church. I got you.
You said church. Wow.
This is so I got to mute Craig.
We're gonna talk about curse for the Lord.
I was just like, okay, we got to mute before it gets too crazy. So we're gonna jump off, man. Braz, Ty, Arthur, Flacco, JD, thank you so much. Nicole, thank you for being in the chat. Anybody else watching, thank you. Like, share, and we're gonna get out of here. So possibly in 2 weeks, but not with me. We'll see what happens. Good night, everybody.